Is this the best camera monitor for under £200? It probably is. It's the Bestview S7 camera field monitor. You get a lot for not that much money. 7-inch 1920 by 1200 screen in this really nice grippy body. I'm impressed with all the features you get in this monitor. Histogram, peaking, false colors, zebras, really nice audio levels meter, and it supports 4K. Now it's designed to support 4K, so there's no upscaling or downscaling going on. And of course it supports everything up to 4K as well, but not 4K at 60 frames per second, only up to 30. It's an IPS panel, great viewing angles, it's sharp, and it's 10-bit. So how do you power this monitor? There is a battery slot on the back. I'm using Sony NP-F battery. This is the biggest one, but you can also use Canon LPE6 batteries. You get the battery plate for both in the box. There's also a connector for the 12-volt adapter, so you can power the monitor straight from the power socket. At the bottom of the monitor you'll find HDMI in, HDMI out, 3.5mm audio connection, AV input and output, mini USB for firmware updates. And that is a speaker next to the battery plate. It's got standard quarter 20s at the sides and the bottom. There's a power button at the front, but it only puts the monitor to sleep, so it would still drain the battery. If you really want to turn it off completely, there's a switch at the back, on and off. It's got this really nice clicky feel to it as well. You get 7 function buttons at the front, 7. You can assign functions to each one, so you don't have to dig through the menus. I'll show you mine in a bit. Let's see how long it takes for the monitor to start up. Also, very important, my extremely scientific latency test. Or if you prefer, what's the time difference between what you can see in front of the camera and what you can see on the monitor. In my opinion, this amount of latency is very acceptable. Even though I'm not giving this monitor any favors with this test, this is not exactly your everyday shooting scenario. Now, depending on your use, you still may find it problematic if you are shooting fast-moving objects. I've never had any problems, but to be fair, I've mostly used the monitor for YouTube videos where I sit in front of the camera, but I wouldn't hesitate to take it outside to shoot other kind of videos. This is what the peaking looks like. You can see the green outline on what's in the focus. And now I added some light to overexpose the scene so you can see the red zebras. There is also a zoom function. You can zoom in up to 10 times. I don't think I ever used the zoom, but the option is there. Arrow down, volume bar on and off. Arrow up, false colors. But I'm not really using this function. I was just curious what it looked like when I was setting this up. And also, there is no diagram, so you don't actually know what the colors mean. Left arrow, center mark, I always keep this on. Right arrow, safe border, 80, 85, 90, 93 or 96%. Super useful. I use it when I do my whiteboard animations. F1, flip the screen horizontally. F2, flip the screen vertically. F3, mute the built-in speaker. User manual, monitor, nice soft bag. I always keep the monitor in when I'm not using it. Battery plate for Sony NP-F batteries, Canon LPE6 battery plate, 12-volt AC power adapter, ball head with a cold shoe, double ball adapter. It could be used with a clamp like this one. It's fairly strong, but I'm probably not gonna use it. I need something with longer reach. Wrench, screw, cleaning cloth, full size to mini HDMI cable, full size to micro HDMI cable, sun hood. I'll show you how to attach it in a moment. Sun hood frame. Oh, and I almost forgot, you also get a 2200 milliamp Sony MPF battery and a charger. It's all packed well, lots of soft foam, nothing was broken. This is how to attach the sun hood. First, you need to clip on the sun hood frame. It's very easy to do. There's 4 clips that need to be hooked on the monitor. The frame's got a Velcro strip all around. The sun hood also got Velcro, and that's how they stay together. It's a good design choice. You see that? That's what I've been... Oh, it turned off. Oh. The monitor just turned off without any warning. It doesn't have battery indicator, so you don't know how much battery you got left. It's always better to use the 12-volt adapter. Do you see that over there? That's what I was using before I got the monitor. It's not easy. It's not easy. It works. It does. But this is much better. The screen is nice and bright. It's 450 nits. I rarely have it at 100%. I normally have it at around 80 when I use it indoors, and that's plenty bright for me. I took the monitor outside to see if it's usable in daylight. Even without the sun hood, the monitor is doing very well. It's only 3 in the afternoon, but the sun is low on the horizon. But that's actually good for the test. Sun is shining straight on the screen. Backlight is set to 100%. I tried to expose the camera so it would look close to what my eyes can see. What's really noticeable though is how glossy the screen is. That's the other thing that the sun hood will help with. The monitor did really well. Sun hood also does its job, but it's hard to say how would it perform in summer with the sun high up. We'll need to wait for that test. Menus. I'm not gonna dig too deep into the menu, but I will cover the basics. It's very straightforward and you'll find your way around easily. Menu button opens the menu. Okay, maybe I didn't need to say that. You'll find 6 main tabs. Right arrow takes you in. It opens a submenu. Another push of right arrow lets you change between on and off or any other options you get. Hit menu again and it takes you back. One of the features of this monitor is the histogram. You can just leave it on in a corner. The other nice thing is the choice of different ratios. 4:3, 2:35:1 or 1:8:5:1. This is a strange one. If you want to change the brightness of the screen, don't change the brightness. Yeah, no. You need to change the backlight. If you push the brightness up, the image gets washed out and is completely unusable. I'm really not sure why this setting is included. Color temperature of the monitor can also be changed: 5600 Kelvin, 6500 Kelvin or 9300 Kelvin. You can even push in your own red, blue and green values. I normally keep my monitor at 9300 Kelvin. It happened a few times. Right after I plugged the HDMI in, I got this really noisy, loud audio feedback coming from the internal speaker. Ever since that, I just keep the monitor on mute. I don't really have a reason to use the speaker anyway. Just in case you are shooting with Sony a7S II, don't be disappointed when you buy this monitor. You won't be able to see any info when you are shooting in 4K, ISO shutter speed. I made a video about that. Here, it's not the monitor's fault, it's Sony's fault. Look, there's a dog behind the window. The monitor comes with the screen protector already applied. You just need to peel off the back and you are good. That's a very nice touch. Very nice touch. Thank you. And one last thing, the battery plate also comes off when you pull the battery out. If you got any questions about it, ask me in the comments. If this video was helpful, maybe like it or even subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.